Today I'll be reading from pages 34 and 35 of the book under the section entitled The Fence Sitter. Fence sitters are those who do not choose a side or advocate for one particular view or the other. They tend to be unfavored by many on either side of the fence because we like people who are like us. If we feel someone cannot choose a side, it can make us feel uncomfortable. We wonder whether they can be trusted. This is one of the many maladaptive traits of humanity, which we will discuss in later chapters. However, there are several different categories of fence sitters. There are individuals who do not take a side because they understand the complexity of reality. There are those who refuse to take a side solely because they want to avoid confrontation. Others wear different masks around different people to save face and avoid potential manipulation or, again, confrontation. This doesn't mean that they are bad people. However, it can be very frustrating and cause us to question their honesty and loyalty. I had a close friend of mine for 10 years who wore many faces. I believe she's a good person, she has a good heart, but a weak backbone, for lack of a better word. She is very timid and never wants to ruffle any feathers. She also has a variety of friend groups. Around me, in reference to one of these groups, she disclosed that they were not her true friends, and she knew that they did not have her best interests at heart, but I did. She would tell me how she needed to distance herself from them and their unhealthy views and attitudes. Yet a few days later, she would post a picture with them on social media explaining how she was so lucky to have such wonderful friends and that she couldn't live life without them. To be fair to her, she didn't have a good pool of friends to choose from. She grew up in a small town with a population of around 1,600. Choices were minimal, and most of these so-called friends' parents were also friends of the family. In a sense, she felt she had to get along with them. Nevertheless, this often made me wonder if she happened to be saying the same negative things about me to them. I thought of her as being more wishy-washy than a fence sitter. She wasn't unsure of her opinion or views, she just chose to flip-flop depending on the crowd or individual that she was around at the time. Some might even consider me a fence sitter. Of course, I disagree. I too know my values and have clear boundaries and limitations regarding what I believe to be sensible and just in this world. Yet I will always be open to learning about various perspectives and beliefs of others. My personal morals, values, and beliefs transcend sides, in that they can be held by any political or religious group, as well as shared with those from diverse backgrounds and nations. To be well-informed and truly bipartisan, not only in regards to politics, we need to understand the pros and cons that come with various beliefs, systems, policies, and arguments. If we don't, we are choosing to be ignorant to the facts and different perspectives. Once we have all the information, we may decide that our initial ways of reasoning were incorrect and that we lacked the appropriate information to make an educated and well-informed decision. So that is all that I am going to read from today. But the point of this is, I'm sure you see all the time, people are polarizing everything. It's either this way or it is that way. You're either on my side or you're against me. And that's just not the way life is. Life is not simple, it's complex. We try to make it simple. And we do that by finding people to follow, finding these labels to attach to ourselves or attach ourselves to, and then once we identify with that, then whatever falls under that label's beliefs, systems, or policies, we stick with. And then we say everybody that doesn't feel that way is wrong or evil or against us. This isn't the case. If you ask a human being not what they identify with, if you stripped away all their labels and these key terms and phrases and ask them what is truly important to them in life, what you'll find is people on both sides want the same thing. It's just they see getting there very differently. So that is some insight or something for you to chew on throughout your weekend. I hope you enjoyed this reading from the EQ Deficiency. That is all for today, but I will hope you will join me tomorrow for Sunday's quote of the day. Until then, live and lead with an open heart and open mind. Thanks for watching.